Hello everybody, welcome to Higher Plane Games. My name is Simon and this is Ballistic Mini Golf, a game that is, I believe, still in early access, and thank you to the developer for sending me across a copy to take a look at. Do love me some mini golf. Apologies for the FPS stuff that's running across the bottom of the screen. That is because I can't unbind that properly from the binds that I use to record. So I'm going to continue on with some of the stuff that I'm already doing. But actually, the FPS stuff down at the bottom could be quite interesting to kind of look at and see what we're doing. So you can play this online against other people, or you can just play it yourself. And I love me some mini golf, and I love some space, which is great. So these... oh dear, that was terrible to start off with. So this game is very interesting in several different modes. You can customize your ball pattern, its trail, which you can see I've got it all nicely rainbowed, and you can give it a hat as well whilst it's kind of sitting there. And the whole idea is, obviously, with normal golf, you just sit and try and get your ball into the pin as quickly as possible. Now, there's a couple of really weird and interesting quirks to this game that I'm hoping will be added in future updates, because at the moment it's quite awkward. The very first thing, as you'll have noticed, is that I'm having to go into all of these shots blind. There doesn't seem to be any kind of course overview button so that you can actually see what you're supposed to be doing. So, like, this is the third set of 9 holes that I'm trying to deal with. What the hell am I supposed to do beyond that? Now, there is a kind of like a move it around type camera, but that's all that you've really got. And that also then affects what you're trying to aim as, and there is a back and forth on the whole like camera thing. But it's inadequate for what is currently out there. That went surprisingly well. The other thing that takes a little bit of getting used to is that obviously we're in a bit of zero gravity, and so when you're bouncing and things like that, it means that if you hit the pin, the ball will just fly off at a redonkulous angle. And so, like, let's try for this and see if we can actually get it. We'll hit the flag, and there we go. Off and away, out of bounds, dead to the world. Let's try a little bit less. We'll roll back down again, but we'll just have to deal with that for now. And so a lot of the crux of this game seems to be around just basically trying to avoid falling off, as opposed to like having proper skill shots. Now, I'm on course 3 of 17 currently at the moment, and it has introduced some interesting bits and bobs here and there, but nothing that you wouldn't see out of the ordinary from other golf games. This is going to push me right off into the... See, like that cup bounce. The amount of times that has thrown me off, it's quite annoying. So hopefully that will kind of sort that out a little bit. You'll also see that it says that it's going at 40 FPS. The game really doesn't feel like it's going at 40 FPS at all. What's that? That's the first time I've seen that. I don't feel like I want to hit it. Oh, we're going to get there, we're going to get there. Ah, not quite. I've got used to all of these golf games where you need to hit things at angles. But yeah, it really doesn't feel like it's going at 40 FPS. There's this constant stutter that seems to be going on with the graphics, almost as if it pretends it's running at 49, 48 FPS, but really it feels like it's going at about 15 to 20. And you can see that actually like things are fine. I think that must like pull us in to like some kind of current. Oh, how are we supposed to? get through that first. And now it seems to be doing harsh things for the actual ball at the end. Will we get that? Yes! Hurrah! But yeah, apart from the really, really nice backdrops that's going on, this is just mini golf. And it's like playing mini golf blind at that, which I don't necessarily recommend. Which is a shame, because the ball seems to have relatively okay like physics. The whole stop and start and making sure that the ball actually feels like you're hitting it. I know that sounds like a really weird thing to say, but on some games I've had it. This is going to go horribly wrong. Or is it? It's going too far, Simon. But yeah, you can once you get used to the zero grav bouncing around bit when it hits things, actually the ball physics don't feel too bad. It's just things feel like slightly uninspired. It needs a course creator, I think, for it to be like mega. How the hell do you get around that? At least this is a par 9, I guess, but oh, like that. Well done me. No, not well done me, because that'll push me back to where we were. Bugger. Right, do the same but less. Less jaunty, Smith. Ooh, we clipped it a bit there. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, that's annoying. Ah! We tried. You'll also notice that out of bounds don't give you a penalty point either. It's just literally... I knew that was going to happen. I pushed it too early. Nope. But you'll notice like the stroke stuff is all around... Oh, for goodness sake. It doesn't give you a penalty stroke for going out of bounds, is what I'm trying to say. Really? For Christ's sake. Right, let's just get a little bit closer. There we go. No! Ruined. There we go. There we go. I feel less terrible now, even though this is now like 8 over par. It's the score. Oh dear. Oh, it was all going so well. Let's continue on and do another 9 holes, because I think it probably says a great deal. I don't even know where I'm trying to go here. And that's the problem with like not having a proper course displayer, because you're like, well, where is it that I am actually supposed to go? I have to say, it's kind of unforgivable. What's the weird little horseshoes all about? Are they portals? Yes, they are. Ah, too hard. And that's the unrealisticness of the cup being really frustrating. It feels like it's being frustrating for frustration's sake, as opposed to actually being a good game mechanic, if that makes sense. And that I'm not down with. Yes. Because that's just if you overshoot it, you're doomed to be down there forever. -3. Ah! Come on. What? Right, so if I do that like a smidgy bit harder. There we go. Nice camera angle. Nope. I knew that was going to happen as soon as I did it. Stupid Smithy. And that. No. And that's going to go straight in the hole. Ah! It goes against everything that I want to do as a golfer. Is that going to stop? Yeah, of course it is. That feels ridiculously unfair. Oh, nice. And I bet that's going to fall off. No, we're okay. Okay. Oh, for God's sake. No. And now we're too close. No. Goodness sakes, Smithforge. Go, 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 go. No! So close. Go, 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 go. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Oh, you little... Oh, God, I want to cry. I can't have, like that was terrible, but I can't be, like, fundamentally just really misunderstanding this, because you can't... It's pitched underneath, so you can't just go over when it's flat, because it won't bounce it. It will just... Oh, I don't know. And that's why we need course editors, not people who are trying to, like, make rage quit golf, if that makes sense. So whilst I am absolutely delighted that the developer has sent me across a copy to take a look at, I'm not necessarily recommending this game as a mini golf game just yet. I just think there's far better games out there, like Golf with Friends, where it handles better. The game doesn't feel like it's really struggling to run. Like that reckons that's at 42 frames per second. It feels anything but. Oh, please. Oh, for God's sake. Now it's going to go down, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, look. That's one. Two. Really? Like, I know I've moaned about this level, but at least this level shows some level design that kind of takes hold of the whole mini golf concept. Well, I guess we're going in here then. Ah, that's what that does. This is going to be very frustrating, I can tell already. It's really, you're going to have to go there. This isn't going to work very well, is it? Ah! There we go. Get the angle better. Yeah, because you have to go through the centre of it. It's not an outsider thing. And then you're pushed over there, which then means you need to go back over here. Probably again. Floaty. Okay. 2 to go. I think it says a lot having come from other mini golf games that are equally as challenging and frustrating, but fun. That I'm in my head. I'm thinking just 2 more to go, and that's like a good thing as opposed to going, oh, there's only 2 more to go. This feels unnecessarily fiddly and annoying. The more I play it, actually, especially now that the difficulty is ramping up somewhat. Like, surely I was through. That felt like I'd got through that there. Am I missing something? What? Oh, no way. Right, well then don't advertise. That's poor that is poor. don't advertise that there is a hole there that in other games and with slopes and things like that you would actually get through it. That's pretty poor visual design, and I've got no idea how you're supposed to flip that across. What? Okay, let's just break this. I don't trust that being there. Let's do a bounce-a-root. Ah, didn't quite go to plan. Neither did that though. But we can get in. Oh, of course. Now I'm just frustrated. Angry Schmiffle. Again, I can't necessarily see what's beyond it, so therefore you can only plan for what you can see. I'm surprised that got up actually. Oh, it's going to go around that as well. Good. I was hoping that the physics would be equally as vague there and not actually do what it said it was going to do. Right, we're just. See, I don't trust that plank, so I'd rather do that. Given previous form on what they do, and that there's a bounce involved. Eagle! There we go. So it just basically keeps pushing you on through different environments and stuff like that. Back to the menu. You can continue on from there. You can play online. See how that works. Find public match, create private match. Waiting for players 1 to 4. So at least it connects nicely. I don't know whether or not there's an online community or not, but let's just disconnect from that option just to show you that it exists. And also on the customization point of view, so you can give your ball plenty of hats, which is quite cool. I do like that. Different types of trails, which is quite nice. And you can change up to a good 50-60 odd different patterns on your... Oh, but that is Ballistic Mini Golf. Looks very nice in the background. The actual game itself is quite frustrating to play. It lacks some of the features that I'd expect on a mini golf game, such as course overview or hole overview, sorry, and things like that. And I'd have to say, until that's kind of implemented and the game feels smooth, it just feels choppy to me, regardless of what it's telling me on the FPS meter, and that's without recording. I'd have to say that there's other better mini golf games out there at the moment, and this doesn't offer anything different to me to kind of recommend it above anything else at this current time. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed, at least giggled at me raging towards the end there, and stay tuned on Higher Plane Games for gamey type thingamybobs. Bye for now.